Let me show what I have written so far. Then we'll continue our application coding part. We have created Eureka server and company service applications here you can see. Today, I am going to create customer service. Say MySQL, Eureka, Data JPA, Lambda, Web Dependency. Okay, it's just downloading. First, we created the Eureka server with Eureka server dependency. Then in the application.properties, we have added these keys. Register Eureka false, fetch register false. Okay. At main class, we wrote one annotation, enable Eureka server. Okay, these are the steps I wrote. Then we started writing a company service. In the company service, okay, so in the company service, we have done configurations with the properties files here, you can see. So port number, application name, Eureka URL, instance ID, database and JPA. If we observe assumption, these are actually common. So if these are common, I will not write again and again. I will move this one to config server. First of all, I am just taking all the keys from here and writing in the customer service also. First of all, then I'll move to config server. Okay, so what are the different types of files we write? Look at here, different types of files we are writing here. This is error message is a common one. You can just copy paste. Okay, so what we have to write? Entity, exception, exception handler, repository, REST, service and service IAM. This you can copy paste, not an issue. We have different types of files here. Okay, in a similar way, I'm just writing a customer entity. Look at. Mapping this customer entity with a database table and Lambda connotations adding. You can take integer or you can take long ID. So I'm adding some other details here. Customer name, customer email, mobile number you can take long, or if you want to add a country code, you can take a string +91 like that. Customer address, address 1 and address 2. Here you can just take it. Okay, it's a text input. Okay, it's a PAN card required. Okay, Aadhaar ID, PAN card ID. Okay, so if you want to invest in the stock here, registration details must here. Okay, gender, if you want, we can take it, not an issue here. So address, you can create like a class IQ. If you remember, I gave address class. Okay, this similar you can create. No sir, I don't want, I'll give a simple text input. That is also fine. I'm just showing all the combinations. These projects even GitHub links also given here. GitLab links also given. All apps exist here. Okay, so you can see this is company service. Eureka service. You can see here. Even I'll create customer service also. Okay. Now today I am writing a customer service with the basic details here. We can add date of birth, image, link like that even. Image path even like that, we can add how many you want. That's not an issue. Okay, but major PAN card, Aadhaar card required, email ID, mobile number required. Okay, these are the major details. Later you can add multiple inputs. Okay, so once this customer is done here, so I am going to write a repository here. It's a dot repo, creating a JPA repository. Primary key type, I'm just taking long here, you can see @ID. That should be generated. Okay, you can take a strategy as a auto if you don't know the database or identity. Primary key value will be generated here. Photo means image path. And we write column name is equals to cust underscore ID underscore column. Name column, email column, gender column, image column, mobile column, address column, this I will check it here. Okay, you can just see here. We can take even PAN card number as a primary key and no need to generate. You can take it as an input and set it. That is also fine. No issue. Okay. Okay, we will be fetching the data by giving PAN card, by giving email, by giving Aadhaar also, because these are unique values, right? Okay, it's a repository I mentioned. Okay, now for this customer, I'm just writing service methods. Customer service. Okay, observe. If you are using Oracle database, you can use sequence. Okay, if you are using MySQL database, recommended identity. MySQL. I'm using MySQL in my local database. Okay, that's why. So I'm using this one here. Okay, in the customer service, I am writing save customer logic here. It's a cust, which returns actually long primary key. Okay, get one customer. Generally we use primary key, right? Okay, which returns actually customer object. Okay, or else it will throw some exception. So I'm writing get one customer. Okay, or find one customer we can write here. Get one customer by email. I'm writing few, remaining you write it. String email. Get one customer by PAN card. Like this I'm writing. Okay, custom query methods here. Okay, you can write even some other mobile number like that. You can write even. That's your interest. Okay, searching the customer. For example, by mobile. Okay, so here next one. Other like this. Okay, so here I am writing customer service IMPL and I'm just trying to fetch all the customers here. Okay, there's a one here. So here for this I'm writing service IMPL. There we write one annotation, @service. So there I'm trying to save that repo.save. It's a repo. Get ID. Okay. So I just want to get one customer. Find by ID. Optional. Customer. So if opt dot is empty, we'll throw exception. This is a customer not found exception. Exception. Runtime exception. Okay. Add a serial version ID if you want. A default constructor with a default statement called superoff. And a parameterized constructor right here you can see. Customer is not found. Single quotes, double plus ID like this. We throw the exception here. Okay, this exception may or may not come at every case. That's why runtime exception. If you feel that exception will come at every case, then we have to throw exception. We have to write with the exception class here. Okay. Okay, this is optional class from Java 8 concept only. JDK 1.8 or 8 optional class here. We are using a predefined class that is to handle null options. Okay, so else case, we are returning the object opt.get like this. Okay, get customers by email. Okay, get a customer by email. Okay, customer, given customer, so that I just want to get here. So for this repo dot, okay, I'm just writing here find by. Okay, we can write some find by methods actually. Customer repository, find by email. So again, you have to write it as an optional. Okay, it's a find by other ID. Same optional, because this is a unique value, right? It is optional. Find by PAN card. Single value returns optional, multiple values list. PAN card ID unique. We don't take duplicates. What else we wrote? Mobile number. Mobile number also unique. Okay, it's a recommended standard optional. Okay, here we write same structure here. Okay, repo dot find by email. Customer email not found. Okay, so here so I'm just taking the same kind of structure. This is PAN card. Okay. Okay, observe. Here I'm writing find by mobile, find mobile. Okay, now I'm writing the same. Look at it's a find by Aadhaar ID. You can write even customer email not found, customer ID not found, specific message also. Get all customers, repo dot find all. If you observe very carefully, some part of code is repeated. Did you observe that? Okay, this part of code is repeated. So here ID is an input, but it is a long. Okay, if you look at remaining all are string types, right? It's a message we can call here. So we can write one private method. Okay, or else you can take a utility class here. Okay, so which returns, which will be having this logic. Okay, just I'm writing here private customer validate input. Okay, we'll be getting something like here optional object opt and string message, string input. Like this we can write. This input I'm just adding here. So if you observe this one validate input, see instead of writing this one, I'm writing here validate input opt and this Aadhaar. Like this. Return this. Hope you're understanding. Okay, this one instead of writing, I can show some Java 8 features if you're interested. opt dot. Okay, there is actually or else throw method is there. Okay, so this is a lambda, that is supplier is a functional interface given by Java 8, which takes 0 inputs and returns 1 output. We can write this one, this new customer, that's the input by using lambda expression here. Like this. This is Java 8 style. No, sir, I don't know Java 8 and I'll leave it. Okay, so this is JDK 8 style. Okay, this is functional. Okay, or else throw is a method. If else logic is there. Supplier is an interface, functional interface, takes 0 inputs and return 1 output. Okay, in our lambda expression, 0 inputs and returns an exception. Okay, these are Java 8 concepts, even optional also Java 8 concept here. So this line I can just call mobile number, like reusable code. It's a PAN card. It's a E. Okay. Of course, this also you can write, but it's a long type. Here I've taken a method reusable for string type. So let this be, it's not an issue because this ID. Or else you can create, you can just pass complete this message instead of writing here. But again, that looks duplicated. Let this be, this is better. That's fine. See here. Of course, if you want pass long also, what we can do, we can use some technique, but I don't recommend. So here, that long value, we have ID, right? That to string. Fine. If you want to reuse that, but it's okay. Not an issue if you want to reuse that. Converting to string is not a perfect approach, but reusable files, okay. You don't want to keep a duplicate kind of code. So hope you understand this point, right? Why I wrote a separate private method here. A reusable code. It is a reusable code here. Okay. Now, let me commit up to this one. Customer service. Okay. Just 1 second. Yeah, do not repeat the code. Try principle, correct. Okay, look at the commands I'm just executing. First, we have to create the repository. Local repository we have to create. Okay, so we have to execute the command here. Git init initial branch main. Generally, this is not required as input for GitHub, but GitLab required. Okay, with the main branch, you create a repository. Then link your local with master. This is internet location. Remote add, git remote add origin. Look at, and the address of this one. This address. Git remote add origin that you need to execute. So your STS application is linked with a GitHub account. Then select the files. That means all the files selected. You can write file names also. Okay. Now you give one message why we are committing. One command with some message. Initial commit only I'm just giving. Okay, git push origin main. Like this, I'm just executing a command. Wait for a second. Okay, code is done here. You can see in the pom.xml what is the content. Okay, not completed. Just I'm showing that every day I'll update the code here. These are the different files what I wrote so far. You can see here. GitHub also I can link. Okay, GitHub almost it's actually overloaded. Projects are there. So many projects. And the memory I am out to purchase almost. That's why I'm using GitLab. Okay, one day I'll show how to use one example with the GitHub if you want. Okay, you want me to show from here? Okay, work with the commands initially. Later I'll show from here even, not an issue. Okay. In the interviews, they will ask commands only. Left click, right click, even LKG kid also will do. No, GitHub is not paid. Once that limit is completed, then it's a paid. Okay. Okay. Every application is one project. In microservice, every application is one project here. This is one project, this one project, this one project. All are individual projects here we have created. Okay. Or else, see here, this one you want to understand. If else code is there, right? This if else code is available in a method called or else throw. If condition, else condition code is available in this method, I'm just calling that method. But I have to pass one lambda expression. Okay, if you want to pass the lambda expression, look at the interface. 0 parameters and returns one value. So lambda expression should be syntax like this. Return something. 0 parameters and return one value that I'm passing here. Supplier. Okay, that's what I just mentioned here. Okay.
Recording stopped.
Listen everyone, we'll be having session every day for sure from today onwards. At least half an hour I'll be taking, at most 1 hour I'll be taking. Okay, I'll finish the project as soon as possible with the major concepts covering here. Okay, don't worry. Okay, sometimes I may join by 8:05, 8:10 like that. Okay. So we'll go with the slowly, not a issue. Okay, I'll take a bit more duration. Okay. So mostly one session I'll explain e-commerce also. Once I get some time, sure, definitely, don't worry. Okay. For few days I'll be taking here. Okay. So we'll continue writing of REST control in the tomorrow session, and we'll see the config server how to do in the tomorrow session. Okay, I cannot speak more. If you have any question, please send an email to me. I can type and give reply. Any questions you have? Okay, I won't take any breaks in the middle. Sure, I'm going to take the sessions. Okay. Thank you for session. We'll continue in the tomorrow's class.